All right, we're back for episode 60 of the Idiot Circle. I'm Mike.
The Czar.
I'm Tim.
To you there.
Sorry.
All right, so y'all noticed that we have a special guest. He's actually a pinch hitter today because
could be full time.
Could be full time. Well, I'm just gonna pull the Band-Aid off. So Fred decided he's no longer doing the show. He called me earlier today, and I got a hold of Brock, and Brock decided to come on the show.
Pinch hitter.
Yeah, so Fred, I asked him. I said, "What's going on?" He said that he's kind of busy right now, and it's not really a priority. He's got other things that he's got to deal with, and he said maybe some point in the future, he might come back on, but he just can't do it right now. So we'll go with the three of us, and obviously Brock, if anytime you want to join us, just let us know, and we'll have you on as well. But did Fred talk to any of you guys, or he just called me?
I talked to him a little bit. So
yeah.
I mean, we had a falling out about a week ago, and he hasn't talked to me. I'm wondering if this has something to do with it. I don't know.
This is your fault, Rob?
It might be. I don't know. I mean, Fred is like, been a big part of the show, but he's one of the instrumental parts to put the show together. But I think he's serious, guys.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's done. He's out.
Oh, I thought he was just fucking with me, but he called you, huh?
Yeah, I think this could be this. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna move on. I mean, who am I gonna make cry on the show now?
I don't know. We're gonna have to try to make Brock cry. I mean, Brock's not as sensitive.
I mean, I'm not taking. You can never fill Fred's shoes because I don't know how big they are. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know if I could cry on command like he can. I don't know if I could do that.
There's no.
Well, Brock, can you? What's your strategy for filling in for Fred? What would your strategy be?
I'm gonna try to relate every subject back to myself. See how that works out.
That'll do it. That's a good start.
Yeah.
It's a good start. Tim, what do you think about it? What do you think? Did he talk to you at all, Fred?
No, I didn't even know nothing about it. You guys just hit.
We blindsided you. So you both had a smile on your face, like I was fucking with you, but I'm not fucking with you.
No, I don't think so.
It's too bad. I mean,
you filling in for Fred and making every subject about yourself.
One of the big idiots.
Well, it's like when San Francisco lost Joe Montana, but then Young stepped in. I mean, there was really no right or far.
They didn't miss a beat. We're not going to miss a beat.
And we're not going to miss a beat with that for
sure. I don't know. I've been drinking for a while. I might be silent.
Well, shit. Yeah, baby. I mean, he's going to talk about himself a lot. He's already drinking. You're doing a great job of filling it so far, Brock.
Fred.
How many jerseys do you own, Brock? I mean, if you're gonna bring it to the game, you gotta have at least like 400 jerseys.
Unless they have my name on them, 0.
Oh, okay.
Can you talk about
honestly, I just never
mock draft.
Thought that to me, like buying a jersey with somebody else's name on it, not so much.
That's a good topic. That's a good topic because we all know Freddie Boy likes to wear jerseys, and a lot of times they have the names of the players on there. But I agree, it's I'm not a big fan of wearing some other guy's name on my jersey.
Not unless you're dating them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to
do that. Hey, I'm not saying I didn't try things in college. Everybody tried things.
Hey, Rob, maybe he wouldn't be so mad at me if I gave him a jersey with my name on the back.
That I can tell you he won't wear. I know that for a fact. That's the only.
Tim, I love you, but I still wouldn't wear it.
Yeah.
I want Tim. We got to get him a Detroit Tigers jersey or a Pittsburgh Pirates jersey.
Yeah.
Connell on the back.
Yeah. Oh, that would be epic. That's
That's a
awesome.
great idea. That's the
You guys
best
bored.
idea you've had all day.
I just thought of that, just spur of the moment.
Hey man, this is what we're all about. Spur
Would
of
he
the
wear it? I don't know. I don't know if he'd wear it.
I don't know.
moment. I don't think he would.
He'd be like,
Yeah. I don't know if you guys picked up on this the last 59 episodes or so, but Fred's a little jealous of Tim.
No,
hey, change the
No.
subject, but Rob, I gotta ask you,
Yeah.
are you in the Arizona desert, sun, orange room? What are you, a tanning booth? What are you?
No, I don't even like.
He went to Donald Trump's
There,
painting
that's better.
studio.
I'm in the hotel room. Donald Trump. That's like the same Donald
You're
Trump.
a little orange.
candy
Take
booth.
the shade off the lamp. Take the shade off the lamp.
You know, Trump might be going to prison, so he's got to take over as the Cheeto man over here.
I might be going to prison. We never know.
You never know.
Dude, I don't know. You know, you never know what's going on.
So
Maybe that's why Fred's not going to be doing his show.
yeah, maybe that's not. You know, it's funny that. So this would be like the episode 1. No, this would be AF.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Fred. Yeah,
After Fred.
exactly.
We're AF. This is
So-
episode 59.
F.
Parentheses 1 AF.
Well, it's also as fuck, right? Like it's hot AF.
So Brock, give us an update. What have you been doing?
I've been trying to finish, but it's so damn windy. Just working and you know, that kind of stuff. Nothing crazy.
Have you
Sorry,
been you been out in your boat? Get out to the sandbar out there? Have you been out?
No, I bought an old fishing boat, but that's in the water. My other boat's not in the water.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What's your boat? What boats do you have, Brock? What do you have?
Okay. I have a 2004 Captiva, and then I have a 1971 Larson, which I bought off of Larry Rombach.
Nice.
Oh, okay. We got to have
Nice.
Mr. Rombach on the show one of these times. You think you can?
Oh
I
man,
tell you what, you'll never run out of topics.
no.
Yeah, I know. Kevin Dubé talks about him all the time. It'd be
Oh,
cool
man.
to have him on the show if he'd come on. Does he have like a
Kevin would be,
computer?
it'd be nice. Him and Kevin on the same screen.
Oh God. Well, you
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you get their heads in there.
gotta get your
Their
heads in
heads, I
there.
don't know if their heads would fit.
I mean,
Yeah.
the screen fits Tim's head, so
Gets mine in. Look.
I think Kevin, if he came on the show, he'd have to be on the pot,
yeah, he'd
Yeah.
have to do it
right?
from
Yeah.
Because he's
his
normally on
bathroom.
the pot in
Yeah, he said,
elevator.
On the throne. Yes.
On the throne. Yeah.
I tell you though, Mr. Rombach, man, it was all him. They got me to play football because my dad wasn't gonna let me play, but Mr. Rombach got it done. Or I'd never played football in Marine City. You believe that?
Really?
Yeah.
You kind of remind me of Mr. Rombach as a younger version of Mr. Rombach, Tim. Honestly.
We used to shoot free throws in the gym, and he was trying to talk me into football because I didn't play my freshman year, and then I played my sophomore year. And that whole story was, believe it or not, my dad did not know that I played football for 2 years.
What?
Really?
2 years. Somebody else washed my uniform. Everything was it never came home.
Wow, because they didn't want you to. Weren't allowing you to play.
My dad
Or?
didn't want to play
Why didn't he want you to play, Tim?
because he thought I was going to get hurt, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but I ended up playing, and then when my name started showing up in the paper a little bit, then it was too hard to hide.
Were you just telling them it was another Tim McConnell at the school? Is that what
Yeah.
How can someone with a body style and type as you get hurt? You're like a human bowling ball. I'd be
Everyone's-
concerned
I was
about the
thinking
other
more like a
players.
brick.
What's that, Brock?
More like a brick.
Yeah, more like a brick. Yeah.
I'd be concerned about the other players being hurt, but not you, Tim.
Yeah, that's what I would have been more.
Those were the good days, but it was like rides home or all like the cameras always took me home or something. It was always baseball, this, or I was doing this. I never, nothing about football ever.
Yeah, so it's October. Yeah, we're playing baseball, Dad. What?
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
you
you
come
play
home
Major
all
League?
bandaged up and dirty?
Yeah.
Well, the gym class is pretty rough, Dad.
You couldn't limp. You couldn't do nothing. I had a sore knee for a little bit there. And then my mom said, you limp once, you'll be done.
Oh boy.
So,
So mom knew and dad didn't know?
yeah. Mom knew, my uncle, my brothers, everybody would come to the games, but my dad didn't, he never knew.
That's crazy. Usually it's the moms that don't want the sons to play, not the
Yeah.
dad.
My mom supported the program. She loved all the guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I find crazy about that is like we grew up in the same era. I was a couple years older than you, but we grew up playing like football without the freaking pads. We were playing football without the pads. We're playing it was baseball in the morning, basketball around lunch, and then it was football in the afternoon. And we were just beating the shit out of each other all day long. That's all we did. Day long. So when it came down, like my mom, she says, "Do you get to wear pads?" Oh, cool. You're gonna be safe a little bit, right?
There's a lot of times we played football on the street. We played football on the street too, and tackling each other in the fucking street like a bunch of.
Yeah.
There was a great lot behind Brock. You remember Jerry Wagner?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to go behind
the apartments.
Yeah, by the apartments, there was a great lot right there. We used to play football right there, and then we'd go from there, steal a couple PB&Js from Wagner's house, and then head to the baseball field. So that was always the great times.
Yeah, I remember going to the Little League field as a kid, and you'd have to wait to play on it because there were so many kids there waiting to play. I mean, you didn't have to freaking. Now there's nobody there. Unless there's a game, there's nobody there. But we used to shit. There was a ton of kids there.
We had the advantage. We always told Wags it didn't matter. Every Saturday morning, he'd get up and get to the field and claim it early, and we'd come riding our bikes. There was no cell phones, calls. It was, hey, I'll be there Saturday morning.
Well, the same was true of the hoops at East China Park. They were always, you always had to wait to play there too. Play basketball.
For sure. Some great times in Marine City. That doesn't happen. The fields are pretty empty now, but it's a different deal. So, but at least they got the Little League going on. I mean, they got a great program in Marine City with the Little League.
No kids play sandlot sports.
Yeah, they don't play pickup games as much anymore. Like
it's all organized, and you're doing it all year round and all the time. So
yeah, I mean, there's bikes. In all honesty, do you see a lot of kids riding bikes in Marine City anymore, Brock? I really don't.
No, but say this to a young kid. Say pitcher's mound's out for first base and see what they say.
Yeah. No way.
Remember that?
Ghost runner at first. Left field is an automatic out if you hit it over there, So some great times. So all right. So Brock, what's the topics?
Look at the topics.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna fill in for Fred, you gotta have some topics.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what? So what just popped in my head when we were talking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in high school, all the teachers we had, who was the most badass teacher you wouldn't want to mess with? Badass teacher.
Okay.
I'll go first. I would say Mr. Babowski, Mr. B.
Was he the woodshop teacher?
He was.
Yeah, that I'd say the same.
And we used to scrimmage with the teachers either before practice or after practice. I don't remember if it was before or after, but for some reason I always ended up guarding him, and he'd beat the shit out of me, man.
Oh yeah, he had sharp elbow. Did he not have the sharpest elbow?
Yeah, sharpest everything, man. He destroyed me. I mean, I couldn't guard him. I mean, I was like 150 pounds, believe it or not, and in high school. I couldn't take him. I mean, I could get some shots off, but forget about getting a rebound or trying to get in his face, or forget it, man. He threw the elbows like you were swinging bats, man.
Yeah. I think at one point, our senior, but Mr. B elbowed Tony Scarcelli right in the mouth one time or something. They were going at it pretty good.
He broke Deppa's leg.
Yeah.
He did.
Deppa? He
I'm going
broke
to
his
say
leg. He was
Mrs.
going,
Berman. I'm going to
remember
say
he was going
Mrs.
for a
Berman.
layup?
Damn. What? Who'd you say, Rob?
Mrs. Berman.
Oh God, yeah, Penny.
My locker was right outside her door, so she absolutely loved me. Absolutely loved me.
Yeah, Pat Meebuck was pretty tough on everybody, wasn't she? She was a great lady, though. We always yelled out, Pat, Pat. Remember? She was awesome. She's awesome. I'd have to say mine would be, I wouldn't mess with Mr. Rombach, but I think I didn't have Mr. B as much. I didn't see him other than when you guys would play basketball, but I don't know. Mr. Rombach would be a tough task.
Oh yeah. What about you, Brock?
It was Bobowski.
Yeah.
I showed up to play. It was like after our season for basketball. I showed up to play with the teachers one time. I got asked to play. I showed up and it was just me and Bobowski. So we're shooting around, shooting the shit. I'm like, I don't think anybody else has come. So he says, we want to play one-on-one. So we play probably 6 games. I win the first 6 games. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. He goes, well, we'll play one more. So he wins the 7th game. And then he wins the 8th game. And then we're tied up. It's 12-12. We play 12 freaking games. And every time I was getting tired, he was not getting tired.
No, that guy's got energy.
He would not get tired. And every time, like from 7th game to the 12th game, I would go for a layup and you're gonna hit the ground. You're not.
Yeah.
I was just getting pushed around. I was tired. I started getting intimidated, and he's just getting stronger and stronger. And I'm like, all right, so it's 12-12. Yeah, 12-12. I'm ready to go home. I think he's going to call it. It's tied up. He's good with that. No, he wants to play the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
And then I dug down and I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm digging deep. So every time he went up, he fucking hit the ground. So we went back and forth. It took forever, and we only played to 7. So it took forever to get to 7. But I won the last game. But you know what? I looked at him the next day because in high school, and he could barely walk, and I could barely walk. But we were going at it hard. But he was tough. He was tough.
In today's day and age, they'd pull him into the office the next day.
Yeah.
Tell him he would no longer do that. It'd be a liability issue.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But
couldn't do that.
back in the day, my mom would call him up and give him a thanks for giving him a life lesson, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, no blood, no foul, right? That was the rule.
Right.
Yeah. No blood, no foul. Oh.
No, he was tough.
He's a tough son of a bitch. Oof.
He definitely had a lot of energy. What a motor that guy had, man. Just constant. Like
It was not. I dug as deep as I could, but it was tough.
How long has he been retired? He just retired, didn't he?
Just retired. Actually, yeah. Kevin Dubé and I went to his retirement party.
Really?
And it was at Gord's, and it was outside, and he was like, "Oh my God!" There wasn't a lot of students there, but we showed up, and he was pretty happy to see us. So.
She's good. How long did he teach? That's a long time.
Yeah.
He taught a long time.
Yeah.
So if it was outside of Gord's, it's within the last couple of years because they just
it was couple. I remember because my son had them. My son's going. There was a I don't know the kid's name, but there was some kid who was just a smart ass and a problem kid, and that kid called him Bobo, and he only called him Bobo one time.
Oh yeah.
Never again.
A couple of my kids.
Never again.
Yeah. He was teaching history, right? I think he was teaching history. Yeah. But obviously, when we were in school, he was teaching woodshop.
Yeah,
I had him every year for woodshop. So
yeah, right across that, you walk out that gym, that north door of the gym, and his classroom is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact: I was the first student to get an A in woodshop in his class.
Wow.
The first one. Yeah, and he was out there a few years before. I was in high school, so yeah, it was an A-, but he made a point to tell the whole class, this is the first A I've ever given to any student. He was a tough teacher too, man.
He was. I know I never got an A in that class.
I almost brought a tear to my eye. So
Almost.
Almost.
You gotta try harder, Tim. Try harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No crying.
There's no crying in baseball.
No crying.
There's no
Okay.
crying in the TIC unless Fred's here.
Yep, yep.
Good
Okay,
point. Or we're laughing too hard and we're crying.
Yeah, we've cried that way for sure.
Yeah.
And usually all three of us are laughing and Fred's just sitting there.
I'm still taking my notes too. I'm still taking my notes.
That's good. So you wrote down that Fred's no longer on the show. Is that one of your notes?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Which is, you guys must be pretty desperate to actually call me.
Well, we were.
Yeah. Yeah. You were like our 7th, 8th call. I mean, then we went through a bunch of people.
We figured, we called Jim Leland. He didn't make it.
You
Ernie
were
Whitt-
right after Eric Germo.
Yeah, yeah. We called Sparky Anderson, but he didn't answer.
Yeah.
Wonder why. That's crazy. Why
Yeah.
didn't he answer?
Yeah,
Well, you
weird.
know what we should really do? We should replace Fred with Steve Murray. Wasn't that the one that replaced Fred in your wedding party? That's who we should call. Steve Murray. Let's see if we can get him on the show. That's who we should.
Yes.
Man, you are just stirring the pot. Look at
That
you.
is the best, Rob. That's the best. Steve Murray.
Steve Murray. Yeah.
We'll call him. We'll call him. We'll get him on here.
You get him on.
That'd be great.
Fred,
Yeah,
I'm sure Fred won't watch that episode. He probably
Yeah,
won't even watch this episode.
Nope.
He's not going to watch it ever again, is what he said to me.
No.
What did you do to him?
I don't know. He's done.
Did you make him mad?
I guess. Yeah.
Did you make him cry?
Did he
That's
cry?
the funny thing. He wasn't crying. It wasn't crying. It was serious. He's like, I'm just done. I'm done with you guys. I'm done.
I heard he was going to go on a show with Mel Kiper.
Well, he was getting a little chippy on the text messages. So
Yeah.
you just said it was last week, because this week he's been a little chippy with the text messages.
He's been a little chippy with the text messages. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's all your fault, Rob.
Our
Rob's
text.
fault.
Listen, I think some of our text messages are better than some of the shows that we do, actually.
No question.
No question. The group text.
Where do they come from sometimes? It's like left field, like way out there. It's like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Well,
Tim always sends a TikTok link.
yeah. Fred does not liking the TikToks lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He told Timmy to get a
I
life.
need to get a life.
Oh boy.
So I told Mike, said, I'm busy getting a life.
Yeah. What's funny about that is he said to you, get a life, and then like an hour later, Kevin Mon said it was laughing, saying, "Oh, that's hilarious." And then Fred said it was funny. He said, "Yeah, that is funny. I can see one of us doing that."
So
But
Brock,
Rory wasn't amused at all.
If Kevin blesses it, it's okay.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
there was a guy coming out of the garage. The garage door was coming down, so he didn't want to get into the laser like that would stop it. So he kind of ducked down and tried to jump, and he jumped and his head hit the door.
He jumped into the door.
I entitled it like this is what my week has been like, and then I got to get a life.
Oh, did you do that, Rob? Is that what you're showing us?
Yeah, I don't know if you see this, but Jackie and I went down to St. Armand Circle to the what's that little tiki bar down there? I can't even remember the name of it. But so I'm meeting her. I get in, I park the truck, I'm walking. There's like a protest. I don't know if Tim knows St. Armand Circle, but it's right there at the Marina Jack's Marina, and there's a protest, a bunch of young people. And they have a bunch of stuffed animals laying on the ground with red paint and like knives in them. And I'm like, I wasn't sure what they were protesting. I don't even know why I care, but I'm walking and I'm looking.
Is that
like,
Fort Myers?
huh? I'm thinking maybe
Where's that at?
Bradenton.
No, Sarasota, downtown Sarasota.
Sarasota.
Okay.
Part of Sarasota. And I don't even know why I cared, but I just was walking, and on the walking path, the dock, you know, the marina, all the boats are there. There's jutted out was a light post, and I ran right into it. I almost knocked myself over. I know I was concussed. The people that were protesting are looking at me. I don't even know if they said anything, but it just cleared up. It was all, you know, scraped up right here on my head. There's still a big knot. I sat down at a bench, and Jackie comes over. She's like, she sees me. She's like, did you just get beat up? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh no.
So that's one of those things, like if you see a friend wipe out, or you don't know whether to laugh, or
Yeah.
I think you laugh first and then you ask if they're okay, or is it?
I think there was a lot of people laughing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I sat there. She's like, because we were gonna meet at this little tiki bar. She's like, so you don't want to get a beer? And I'm like, oh no, I'm ready for a beer. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, I do want a beer. I know that.
Were you
best
seeing
part was
stars? Was it like a Tim McConnell sticking his head in the hole, smacking the head, or what?
Oh God. Could you imagine? Imagine if somebody got that on video and made a TikTok of it.
Oh,
Yeah, well, you'd be watching it, Tim, and you'd probably be hearing it.
I'm gonna put Sarasota, Florida, man walking in the pole, see if it shows up.
yeah, I'm sure someone caught it.
So Tim, how much time would you say you spend on TikTok per day?
I don't know. I mean, a whole lot. It's like in and out. I have a lot of baseball stuff on there.
No,
It's
please.
good.
Brock says
Looking for
0.
Brock, I don't know if you know this, but I was obsessed with TikTok. I had to get rid of the app because I was not becoming productive. I would lay in bed going through TikTok, look, oh, it's 11:30, I gotta get in bed. Next thing you know, I look up again, 2:30.
Rob, come on. You weren't productive before you put TikTok on your phone.
Who are you kidding?
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. Bad term, less productive. But I did have an issue. There's no doubt about it.
I've never had it on my phone. Never had it on my phone.
And you'll start because you're looking at, let's face it, hot women. I mean, that's where you start. But then you find all the other stuff on there that's absolutely just funny.
The practical
go back to
jokes
the hot
are-
women.
The practical jokes are good. I'm a sucker for any dog video because I love dogs and baseball.
No shit.
Love
Really? I didn't know
Yeah, I
that
never
about
would have
you.
guessed
God bless you.
that.
So Brock, you've never had TikTok on your phone, or?
I don't have it, but I think it's linked to, isn't it linked to Facebook now?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Well, they have videos on there, and it's, I don't know. I don't have it downloaded. I'm not a member of TikTok, so I guess 0, but there are some videos on Facebook, and one of my favorite one is I don't know if you guys ever seen it. This is a Canadian dude. It's like all these, you ever see the life hacks?
Life hacks, yeah.
Okay, the life hacks. Yeah, so you do this. Well, there's this Canadian dude who goes, "What? For fuck's sake!" You know, he goes on, and it's fucking hilarious.
Are you kidding
But they're
me?
very useful life hacks.
Yeah.
What's that?
He'll go, "Are you kidding me? I've been doing this for 40 years. What?"
Well,
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
That-
fucking hilarious.
There's a guy named Gator that has all the gadgets. I see that one too. There's a guy. He does everything with WD-40 and cleans things and shows you little hacks, and it's pretty cool.
It's not TikTok, but there's videos on Facebook. I think it's Reels or something. I think it comes from Instagram or whatever. But there's a black dude on there that does, like, it shows people doing really complicated things, and then he's like, you know, they're showing like how to like pour water into these glasses or whatever. It's real complicated, and he's like, and he just looks at it, pours it like a pitcher of water into the thing. He's like, I forget the guy's name, but he's hilarious. Like these people are doing all this complicated shit and trying to figure stuff out, and the solution is so simple, and he just shows the solution with a goofy look on his face. It's hilarious. But
yeah,
I think that's Instagram or something.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I don't pay attention. I just
it's good
click
stuff.
on shit.
It's good stuff, he says.
It's a good time waster. I mean, if you're looking to waste time, there's no shortage of ways to do it. You got TikTok and Facebook, Instagram.
Rob is so right though, man. You can get hooked on it, and then that thing, it'll just feed you. It'll get used to what you're stopping on and looking at, and it'll just keep feeding you.
Oh yeah, that's what they do with the algorithm. So when you're scrolling through Facebook, you know, when you stop, or going through Instagram and you stop on a certain thing for a certain time limit, then the algorithms just feed you more content like that.
Yeah, well, you're the computer guy, right, Mike? So
yeah,
like all of a sudden you're talking about something at the house, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what the hell is that on there? We were just talking about that, and it's showing up on my emails and that.
Exactly. Yeah, I was at a friend of mine's, and we were talking about music gear, and I'd never heard of this brand of this. It was like a audio rack or something that he bought. I'd never even heard of it, right? My phone's in my pocket, and we're talking about this brand. Never, I mean, they've been out for like 10 years, never even searched for them, didn't even know about this company. The next day I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see an ad for that company.
Isn't that crazy?
Facebook feed. So they're fucking listening to your phone.
I swear to God, it's not just what they're hearing. If I think of something, and the next thing you know, it shows up on my phone.
Yeah,
could be.
Why don't you think of the lotto numbers?
yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Think of something productive, right?
Well, we know I'm not productive.
Well, you got rid
Come
of
on, Quagmire.
Quagmire. Well, you got rid of TikTok. Maybe it will get a little bit more productivity out of you, or
a little bit. I don't know.
Well, you never know. You start talking about TikTok, we might get more viewers. You never know.
Hey, you know, more than 18 on the last episode.
So yeah, we got a memo from our old partner on this. We got a memo how we only got 15 views and we needed to step up our game, and
maybe that's why
we got chastised because we can't get our viewers up. I guess
that's why.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know either. You know, Freddie's going through some stuff. What are you gonna do? You know. So.
All right. What else you got?
Yeah, Brock, you got to talk about yourself a little more. We're not used to.
Yeah, you're not doing a good job here. Really. Like, let's play a game. We'll all say a random topic, and then you have to bring it back to yourself.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It's gonna be tough. But I'll try.
I'll start.
Okay.
Just you can only do one word. Okay. Or
one word.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to throw a word out, and you're going to somehow.
I'll say strippers. Now you got to somehow bring that back to yourself.
Strippers.
That's easy.
Strippers.
Riverport.
No, it's not word association, Brock. You have to give a whole.
You have to go. You have to go into.
Yeah.
You have to give at least 3 life experiences.
Yeah.
All right. So my personal experience at Riverport.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
Oh, she didn't understand that.
Oh,
You didn't understand that.
well, Siri doesn't know about Riverport.
Yeah, you got to go into a 10-minute ordeal.
Yeah.
All right, 10-minute ordeal. So strippers, funny. Guy I want to be with, but anyway, long story short, we went from Riverport to Campbell Street, and this chick was so hot that guys were buying me drinks because I was just with her. And I kid you fucking not.
Oh, no,
So
wait, stop. You can't make the stories that interesting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on. That's not like Fred. You got that was too good. You can't. That's too good.
So Brock, did you outkick your coverage? Is that what you're saying?
let's put it this way. She was Miss Nude Canada.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Winner,
And I
winner,
was supposed to go out with her a second time, but I got back with my ex-girlfriend and I didn't go on the second date.
Diggity,
Wow.
diggity. All right.
Wow. That's impressive.
No, that was not really impressive. I fucked that shit all up.
Well, it was
Well, wait, not
impressive
in the
and
good way.
depressive
All up.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My-
but
hey.
you know the good thing was, I guess to be totally honest with it, I didn't have enough game to actually talk her into going out with me. I was with Darren Javinsky, who he could talk to anybody.
You probably scared
And-
her off with the Nova.
Oh
You
yeah,
probably didn't
I don't
like
think I had to know at that time, but no, she was smoking hot.
Yeah.
Miss
Smoking
Nude
hot.
Canada.
Did you guys notice that he didn't start the story with, "Oh, this is right in my wheelhouse"?
Oh yeah. I've never been.
You've never been to Campbell Street?
No.
What planet do you live on?
I'm not sure, Tim. I'm not productive and I don't live on this planet. That's what we're getting to. I mean, that's
That's the crux of it, yes.
I've never been on Campbell Street, but you got to remember, Brock, for so long it was gone, like in California.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Those years, like I left Michigan when I was 16. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
we need to go to Campbell Street, is what I'm hearing.
I think he was out west licking windows. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Is it still around, Campbell Street Station?
No.
No, they actually turned it into a concert hall.
Did it?
And they were just open on the weekends doing concerts, and then that failed, so they closed it down.
What was it? Sherry Champagnes, and then we go to Campbell Street.
I was at Riverport.
Sherry Champagnes was up the stairs. It was downtown somewhere. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was on Front. It was on Front Street. I've been there many times, but I mean, not that I'm proud of it. Yeah.
That was my
Riverport was the place.
My younger and dumber days.
Well, let's just say younger.
Let's see, yeah, the jury's still
Rob,
out. If you were dumber then or now dumber now.
We'll
Like,
just say younger.
you dumb
Rob, did
dumb.
you ever go to Riverport?
No.
Oh,
No,
you missed out the best value for American dollar ever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he
Story
didn't
of my life, Brock.
experience that.
Story of my life.
Yeah, he missed the boat on that.
Yeah.
Poor man.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Oh, yeah.
you could get the front. Remember the front row seats, Tim?
Yeah.
We would sit right on the stage, and the girl she would dance. The first song, she's got a bikini on. Second song, tops off, and third song, she's naked. I mean,
Yeah. Straight out.
Everything that God gave her is out on display.
God
And
bless.
everybody would jump on the stage. They would jump on the stage, put $1 in your mouth, and lay on your back. Best value for an American dollar ever.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Like in Canada, they took it all off and you could drink at the bar.
Sure.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
It was a double
And you
bonus.
drank Bat's Blue. It was the best beer.
Or
Yes, yeah.
Berdors. Remember Berdors?
Oh yeah. How about Molson Golden?
Molson.
Oh, Molson Golden. Yeah, Molson.
You
Yeah.
yell out, give me a blue. Give me a blue light. Give me a blue light. The Bat's Blue. That was nice.
There you
I
go.
remember I got hooked on Molson Golden because the first time I was 17.
Really?
I went to Campbell Street, and the guy in front of me ordered a Molson Golden, and she says, "What do you want?" I had no idea what to order. I said, "Molson Golden."
What about Molson Ice? Remember the Molson Ice?
Oh,
Yeah.
It was the blue can, wasn't it? Porto or something like that? I can't remember.
Well,
I-
in the bottles, it had a silver
yeah.
label on it. But man, those were like what, 6% or something like that alcohol?
They're pretty potent. They're pretty potent.
Yeah, they were up there.
They still sell
Because, yeah.
natties.
the hardest part about doing all that, Brock, if when you recall, is you get out there and you have a good time, but then you got to get back in the United States.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's always that.
There was a few experiences there.
But I mean, now the border patrol guys are just total dicks. Like back in the day, they all knew what we were doing. We were,
Yeah.
19 years old going over there, fucking hammered.
So times have changed. I mean, there's a lot more stuff going on. I mean, they got a big responsibility, so they're bound to be a little uptight.
Well, there's
Well,
all
they-
those
they let
terrorists
you-
coming in from Canada to America. Yeah.
You'd be
Yeah.
surprised. You'd be surprised what goes on along our border.
Yeah.
They let you know. They let you know how much responsibility they have.
Yeah. But back in the day, all we told them is we went to Riverport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where you been? Riverport.
Yeah, did you guys have a good
Riverport or
Yeah.
Campbell Street or Challenger? Wasn't Challengers over there?
Challengers, yeah, it was downtown, yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
really feel like I did miss out on something.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. I mean,
yeah.
honestly, like all the bars I worked at Barrymore's. I've gone to a shit ton of bars. My favorite bar, I mean, in heaven, there's going to be a Campbell Street.
Yeah.
Wow. Over Key West bars, you prefer Campbell Street.
Well, just because it was back in the day when you're young and innocent and just figuring everything out.
Well, young.
It was just full of
Right. Where are you hanging out in Key West? You go to like Hog's Breath? You hang out at the Hog's Breath?
Yeah, we go. My favorite bar is Irish Kevin's.
What is it?
Irish Kevin's.
Irish Kevin's. Okay.
It's so you walk. It's a bar. It's just down the road from Sloppy Joe's, probably
Okay.
half a block.
Yeah.
And you walk in the bar, and they got a guy playing guitar, and he's just it's acoustic, and he's playing guitar, but it's a comic kind of a thing. You know what I mean? You walk in the bar, and first thing he says, "Hey, somebody knew me in the bar. Where are you from?" And then you tell him where you're from, and the whole bar is already prompted to say, "Who gives a fuck?"
I love it. Hey, did you ever make it to down in the Keys? Weren't you the one that sent me the picture of, was it McConnell's?
McConnell's, yep, that's down the street.
Yeah, that was cool. He sent me a nice picture one time. He goes, check this out. It's this great big McConnell's pub. It was awesome.
McConnell's pub.
Let me guess. The logo is a hammerhead shark.
No.
No.
Big pumpkin.
It was an
Big
Irish
pumpkin.
joint. It was an Irish joint. It was a bowling ball on the front of it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
A 16
Cool
pounder.
story. I went down there with we rented a boat on Stock Island. Was the last island before Key West, and it was Dan Thomas and his wife, and Kevin Dubé and his wife, and another friend of mine and his wife. And he went down there, and we went out for breakfast. And we said we're going to go out for breakfast, and we're going to do some shopping. We'll go back to the boat, come back for sunset. So we went out for breakfast, and we started doing some shopping, and it's like 10 o'clock. We were already fucking drinking.
Oh,
And so Dan and Kevin we're like 3 drinks in. We had mimosas and Bloody Marys, and 3 drinks in, and Kevin and Dan go into the cigar shop, and they come back out, and they're like, "We need a drink." I go, "The drink across there. This is kind of on the east side. The drink, they make great fucking drinks over there, and it's a gay bar." And I said, so they walk in there, and they go to order a drink, and one of the guys in there goes, "So which one of you is the man, and which one's you is the woman?" And they're looking at each other. They have no clue. And then it dawns on them. It's all guys in there. There's no women in there. It's all guys.
Oh.
They order the drink. They come back and they go, "You motherfucker." It was so all day long. Dan Thomas was walking up to just random people going, "If we were gay, which one is the man and which one's the woman?"
Who's the catcher and who's the pitcher?
It's funny you say that. I just heard a comedian on the radio, and he's telling this joke, and he's like, "Yeah, I went up to this this gay couple, and I said, which one's the man, which one's the woman? And one of them is like, oh, you think we have to live by your normal heterosexual values and be like, he goes, that's how I knew I was talking to the woman.
That's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
That cigar bar, is it the cigar bar with the two barber chairs so that you can look out onto the street?
No, they didn't. You weren't smoking inside there. They just had they were just selling them.
Oh, they were just selling. Okay.
Yeah.
If there's a cigar store anywhere in the world, Rob knows exactly where it's at. I'll give you a case in point. I was staying in Fairfield, New Jersey, and yeah, where the fuck is that, right? And I said to him, Rob, have you ever heard of this cigar store in Fairfield, New Jersey? And I don't even remember the name of it. He spit it out right away. I'm like, how in the fuck does he know this? It was across, it's like this highway, it's like a divided highway with 3 lanes on either side, right across from the hotel I was staying at. And he fucking knew exactly where it was at.
I was there for a cigar event one. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. They were doing roasting a pig. They buried one. They had the box actually, but they didn't cook it long enough. And so everybody's eating it. I'm like, I'm not going to eat it because, I mean, they cooked it for like 5 hours. That thing's got to be in there for like 13 hours. And I'm like, I'm not eating it. But I'm sitting in the lounge and he was the Michigan State receiver. He came in. I actually took a picture with him. Played for the Giants.
Oh, but Plexico Burris.
It was Plexico Burris. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. He lived in the area. He came in, and I'm like, I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, Plexico Burris. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh man, let me get a picture with you, man. I'm like,
you gotta be careful. He might have shot himself in the leg.
I know that's the guy who shot himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew he
Did you
had
wanna
to be
put his
back.
name on your
I didn't
back?
want to piss him off. I didn't want to piss him off.
Yeah, he bought a jersey with the Burris on the back.
First,
Yeah. And a gun.
Yeah. And Plaxico's wearing a Straits jersey on his back. Which one's
No,
the
I
man?
thought
Which
you
one's the
said-
woman?
Fred bought a Plaxico Burris jersey and it came with a 9mm.
Yeah.
The Plaxico starter set.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's funny. Oh God.
Oh.
So what have you been up to, Tim?
Me, just working this week, and then I end up getting a freaking I don't know if a sty or an eye infection for like 3 days. It was nasty. I looked like Rocky Balboa 3 days ago. It was horrible. I had to go to the St. Clair Eye Clinic, get looked at, man. It was nasty.
What was it? What
what's
happened?
going on right now?
Well, it looks good, don't it?
Well, hey,
There's nothing on you that looks good, Tim. So I mean,
Hey, Tim. a little tip. After you go to the bathroom, you're supposed to wash your hands.
Yeah, I think I was working over near Zug Island and all that. And it's bad, with the dust and everything else. All the guys were
Shit's
talking
just
about.
flying around in the air.
That's horrible. Try to wash.
Oh, it's the dust. It's not you have an anal itch and then rubbing your eyes. It's
Oh.
Oh, it could be. You never know. Who knows? Who knows? You take your gloves, you adjust your eye. You got your safety glasses or whatever. I mean, guys get little specks of metal in their eyes. I didn't know, so I didn't want it to be like a piece of metal and scratch anything up. So I went and seen the guy. He said, "Well, there's nothing in there," but he's like pushing on my eye, man. I'm like, goes, "Yeah, all right, just hang tough here." I'm like, oh, and he's just pushing, and the stuff's just oozing out of there, man. It's like, I think it was a sty.
You look like Popeye.
Did
Doesn't
you
he look
say,
like Popeye?
Jeff, do you know who I am? I played Marine City football.
Yeah,
That's what you should have told him.
the true meaning of toughness,
Yeah, true meaning of toughness.
right, Brock? Brock was the
Yeah.
original. Brock and I always laugh because Brock's the original 33, right?
Oh yeah.
He's the original 33, but I still have the jersey. You know that, right?
Does it have
I got
Haney on
mine
the
too.
back?
He wore 33. No, but it was I took it over after he graduated. So And then I ended up, they retired those jerseys and I got to keep it.
Oh, 33 is retired?
Oh, it's they
They
retired
all
that.
were.
They retired that. I'm sorry. They retired that style of jersey.
Oh, they're done.
I thought you were talking about like the guys at the home games,
No.
their girls wore their jerseys.
Yeah. I don't think there's no football.
That's
jersey.
where Fred got his jersey. He was wearing your jersey, your away jersey at the home game. That's what it was.
Oh, you
shit.
good. Hey,
And it
Rob,
was 69 was the number.
you two, Rob, you didn't play football, right?
No.
Bordeaux, you didn't, right?
No, not organized football.
So I'm asking.
I played Nintendo football.
Yeah, I know. You probably hurt your knee too.
Yeah,
right?
I did. Yeah, I did. I slipped
And
on
his wrist.
I was trying to think if there's any football jerseys numbers that are retired in Marine City history. Is there?
No.
No.
You know who we should try and push to get the number retired is Randy's. I wonder if we could do
Yes.
that. That'd be a good topic. We need to bring that up.
That would be a
Good idea.
good one. I was thinking that when you said it, I was like the only one
I would like to see that number 20 retired. That would be I'm going to bring that up. We got to talk.
Do you want to?
Honestly, what I love, I mean, I've probably said this before, and I'll say it 1,000 more times before I die. I was a fullback, and Randy was a tailback, and I would hit the line, and he would just hit the hole, make great moves, get tons of yards. Never take credit. You made a big hole for me. Well, I fucking fell down. You jumped over time. You just kept going.
Yeah.
He would never take credit for it.
He's pat you on the head. Remember? Nice job. Pat you on the shoulder. Good job. Because that was what
humble
was
guy.
your role, and then I took the same role when I came because his senior year, I was the fullback, and me and Ron Wesley, that's all we did was make holes for him and Darren.
Yeah.
Just cinder blocks going into the hole. Boom. That was it.
That's it too. I remember one time we were playing, and I'm like telling working team, I go, they're not even paying attention to me.
No.
They're looking at Randy. I could go through the hole. They just push me. They're pushing me aside and looking for Randy. I go, let's run the fullback flow. And I think it was against fucking Craw's Lex. And he never ran a play again. And
Really?
like
Fullback dive.
I go, Jared, coach, they're not. I go, look at me. I'm not even dirty. 32 fullback blood. And I would, and finally he says, I go, so it was like 3rd and 6. And finally I'm standing there and he goes, fullback flood.
Yeah.
Gunnarsson drops back. I go through on my touch. I go up into the flat. Boom, gone. Touchdown. I come back and I go, you need to listen to me.
I love it. Hey, that's some fullback love right there. That's some fullback love. I love it. Love it.
Because I was playing linebacker and fullback. It was the same position at that point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, so Tim was copying you.
Yeah. I learned from I learned from a lot of good guys. Trust me. I learned from a lot of good guys. So Gary Mabry was like my. Hey, did you graduate with Gary, or was Gary just 1 year ahead of you, Brock?
Gary was the same year as I was, actually.
He got hurt.
Him and I were switching off at full. He played middle linebacker. I played linebacker. He played fullback. We switched off and on in fullback.
Yeah, Gary was
basically a blocking back.
Oh,
but then he blew his knee out.
Yeah, he hurt his knee. I remember Gary going to. All I remember is being at Marysville and watching him play middle linebacker and fill the hole, and you could hear the percussion of who was that big lineman or something in Marysville that year. That
Grover.
Yeah, and he beat Gary beat the shit out of him.
Really?
And Jim Grosser is 6'4", 320 pounds.
Yeah.
Gary Mayberry was like 170 pounds, about 5'10".
He was just a bowling ball, and he just go fill that hole. He like in Marysville like to run that, that fullback double dive, and he'd hit that second hole. My God, man, you just hear the pad. And that was where as a kid, I was like, man, I want to do that right there. That's the position I want to play. So, I mean, but you think about it throughout the years, you and Gary were the duo, and then Rob and I were the next following years. I mean, it was good.
Was it I formation most of the time, or wing
T
T?
formation.
We ran I formation.
Wishbone. It was like the wishbone, right?
We ran I formation.
Oh, you guys ran I.
Yeah,
That's where you have a full back.
It was power. It was just power football. Marysville ran the wing T.
Yeah, wing T. All I know is Kevin Dubé used to line up and say, boys, the ball's going right here and you ain't stopping us. That's what he'd tell them. And he was right.
Kevin Dubé and I were many times around the same side, and I'd stunt, because I was on I played outside linebacker. Yeah. I loved it because he was such a nuisance. Even as a junior, he commanded respect because he was like, 275, strong as an ox.
He's still a nuisance.
If I hit the inside and he went outside, that lineman, the offensive end went with him, and I had a free shot at quarterback.
Dude, he just knocked the whole damn line down. I just make the tackle. My job was easy. He just knocked everybody down.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Well, he's going to be watching this, taking a shit. So,
attaboy.
Yeah, he'll be on the shitter going 278 motherfuckers. I was 278.
I remember that. Remember that big pad he used to have on his arm? He had that big pad. Yeah. Oh, he just whacked people with that thing, man. I was like, my God.
Did he have the neck roll thing?
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Oh yeah.
You had that thing, right?
Yeah. The neck roll.
Oh, that was just Tim's neck fat. It looked.
Oh, that was his neck. That was his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The technology of football, the pads and everything, they changed a lot throughout the years. They got a lot lighter because that shit was real heavy, right, Brock?
Oh, hell yeah, it was.
Heavy, man.
Do you remember how big our pads were?
I mean, even the quarterbacks' pads were huge. How could they even play fucking football with the pads like that?
I don't know. Gundy could still run like the wind, though. God damn. Holy shit, could he run?
Like Forrest Gump.
Oh, man. Never in my life did I ever think a guy could run that fast. I was at that Marysville game, and I come through the center line, and I stuck of all things, used my head to block a field goal, and it went off my head up in the air, and Gunderson picked it up and took her the other way for 7.
Well, honestly, your fucking helmet had to be so big it took about half the fucking field.
Excellent point.
Very true. Very true.
The moon wanted to orbit it at times.
Yeah. Like the sun.
You know who would really like these glory days conversations? Who do you think, Rob?
Oh, I'm thinking Fred.
Yeah. Right.
Look at him.
Oh, God. You guys are horrible.
Okay, so let's switch it up a bit. After the games, where would you go? Where was the party then? Where was your Rob, when you were in Marine City, where did you party at?
Yeah, Rob, when you were in 6th grade, where did you party?
No, we've talked about this on the show a lot. You would always start out on the circle, cruising around. And then afterwards, you'd find out where the party was, or you're going out to Putty Gut. Everybody was going out to Putty Gut.
That was the default.
I say there's probably many children that have been conceived out at Putty Gut. I'm almost positive of that.
Or not.
Or not. Or there's a lot of people that wish there were.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say for me, it would be my junior year was our team that went very far. Was we'd always go hit the Idiot Circle, And then everybody be like, hey, where you going? You get your supplies, get your Faygo Pops and pick them up and then head to Wesley's, right? Everybody go to the Wesley's because Wesley's house had like a damn, I don't know, what the hell was that, Brock? Remember that?
It was like a garage, but it was separated from the house. It was just like a game room, basically.
Yeah, it was like a game room. So we go there and then we ended up
Man cave.
Yeah, it was cool. And then we'd end up at Putty Gut. Putty Gut was by far the history of that. You could probably do a Idiot Circle show and you could do Putty Gut Bridge stories and shows. I'm telling you, it was awesome out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the lines you'd park and shit, you'd park and you'd have to walk a long ass way to get to the bridge and everybody'd be on the other side with the bonfire,
That shit was so loud out there. I can't imagine.
Oh.
Remember that one house is only like 50 yards from the bridge. I can't.
Yeah, they were those people were good for a while, and then I think they sold it or something, and then the people that came in, they started calling the cops, and the cops would show up.
Tricks.
Yeah.
You guys remember Jim Miller?
Who?
Yeah.
Jim Miller.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jim Miller parks his car, down the hill, like on the top of the hill. And he says, I'm leaving, I'm gonna go back to my car. And he goes back to his car and he comes back. I can't find my car. What do you mean you can't find your car?
What do you mean you can't find your car?
And he says, it's not there. So I give him a ride home. Next day he calls me. You know why I couldn't find my car? I said, no. Somebody hit it and shot it 100 yards into the woods.
Oh.
He had one of those little Dodge Colts.
Oh my
So
God.
somebody was coming over the hill, smacked that car, shot it into the woods. He couldn't find it.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's great.
Yikes.
Were you there? Were you at Putty Gut Bridge when, was it Jeff Carpenter drove his semi through there?
Yep.
You remember that?
People were on top of the bridge. Remember that?
Yes, on the bridge. People were like remember the old bridge had and all I remember is turning my head and I seen his semi come with no headlights on it, come over the hill and down the hill, and everyone started scattering. He went through there, I shit you not, 60, 70 miles an hour.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
And people were diving off the bridge to get out of the way. How no one got killed, I have no idea.
Oh, he could have killed.
Why did he do that?
He was mad.
People.
Wasn't he dating a young lady and
Lori
she was
Singer.
there? Was that?
He was dating Lori Singer.
Oh, and she was there. He was there.
She
And
was there with somebody else. And I'm not going to say who.
You know who? That's you?
Brock?
Oh, Brock! Oh!
It was
No,
Brock.
I don't remember. But long story short, yeah, he could have killed a lot of people.
I would think so.
You think with a semi, 60
one
miles an hour, dirt road, what could go wrong?
Yeah, what? Nothing
one
good.
lane.
All liquored up, negotiating a tiny bridge with a semi, no lights on in the middle.
Negotiating with the tiny bridge.
Nothing could go wrong. Nothing.
I remember there was people on top of the bridge, and he came. So that bridge it went up, right? So
Yeah.
it went up. There was an incline, and there was flat, and it went down.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, that semi got air. It was
It did.
just the cab, right? And people on top of the bridge pulled their legs up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll never forget that. Never forget that.
Yeah.
oh, that's funny.
That's crazy.
There was I'm sure a lot of craziness going on out there.
Yeah. A lot of fun. I know for a fact. You remember this, Brock? Me and you racing down Indian Trail.
Yep.
I'll never say how fast we were going, but it was damn fast.
120.
Oh, if I had that Plymouth Fury with that 396 in it, that old cop car my mom and dad had, and you had your Nova, and we were hauling the mail.
71 Nova with a 350 in it, and we were chugging along.
My mom and dad's car was a Plymouth Fury, old cop car, had a 396 in it.
Was that the white one?
No, it was a green one. It was 4-door, and it was we were like this, back and forth. all the way down. What was it? Indian Trail?
Yeah.
Pretty dumb. That was another one of them moments where we think to ourselves, that was pretty crazy. And we get the Indian Trail right at the, get the Indian Trail there where the stores on the corner or whatever. We roll our windows down. Our cars are just ready to blow up. We're laughing.
Big dumb
Can
animal.
you believe we're still alive?
Yeah. Yeah. I pull off my mom's and he's heading into town. He's giving a honk. And my mom's like, where you been? Oh, nowhere. The car's making all kinds of noises. Like we're doing 150 miles. Oh, it was bad. Those were some great times though. Oh boy.
And you live to tell about it.
Oh yeah. Crazy times. Crazy. Awesome. All right. You got any more? Let's give me another one, Brock. What do you got? That's a good topic.
We went on for that one, didn't we? I don't know. I think I'm out of topics now.
You
Well,
are?
I'm looking at my notes.
topics. Wow.
Well, I have other ones, but after that one, it's not. You don't want.
Oh, you can't follow anything up after that?
You don't want to talk the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars. I mean,
No.
No.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But shoot, that's awesome, man. I Putty Gut Bridge, man. That was a lot of great parties. Like, think of that. Think of the people that used to hang out there. That was the best.
And the
Have you ever been out there
generations,
lately?
because our parents' generations hung out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's with that in East China Park. East China Park did that. We used to party there, but we used to watch the gate. Well, then the cops got smart and come in the other way. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Everyone got busted there for that. That was bad. Whew, man, there were some crazy times. A lot of crazy times.
Well,
I can't. The oil wells.
Like I just
oil
think
well.
back in our day, like Mike and I grew up pretty much in the same neighborhood. We were only like 4 or 5 blocks apart, but
yeah,
the people we had in our neighborhood, it was pretty, like the Mad Eyes, and we had the Grabowskis, and there was a lot of people in that neighborhood. You just it kind of sticks in your mind. I mean,
yeah.
And you had your neighborhood sports. Like I said earlier, it was like baseball in the morning, basketball in the afternoon, football at night.
Yeah.
So
Think what's hilarious is think of like the community, obviously, that you lived in. I would ride my bike into town and hang out, but think of all the houses that you had sandwiches, bologna sandwiches, peanut butter and jellies. That parent lined them sandwiches. Okay, boys, come grab them. It was everybody's house. It didn't matter. And my mom would be like, "Where did you eat?" Well, Mrs. Olette made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Or we went over to the Warners. We went over to the Harts. Jennifer Hart's place over there. We went to Donnie Lippa's place. I mean, it was crazy, man. Just
gone all day, come home, and we go on our bikes all day.
All day.
Be home and come home, and had to be home when the street lights came on.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, and man, how many rides I rode out to Gersey, and then the Rob. Do you remember the Rob brothers, Brock?
Yeah, Mark Robb
and his older brothers. I worked with both of them guys up at the bridge, and they would tell stories how they'd see me riding every day. Here he comes. Whoop, there he goes. There he comes. Oh man, there's just, and everybody hung out with bikes and stuff, man. You just don't see it anymore. That's what's sad. Think of the festival up in Marine City. Remember how many bikes used to go up and down the streets?
Oh yeah. And
they finally said, okay, no more bicycles. You couldn't ride bikes past it because there were so many kids on bikes. They don't do that no more. That's what
I remember this. They started calling people 7, 6, 5. Oh shit.
Yeah.
7, 6.
Well, back in the day, you could skip the 7 and 6 and just do the last 5.
Yes, if you lived in town. If you lived in town, you could do that. That was. But think of that. Think how many numbers that you actually had to write down or remember.
Well, but you only had to remember 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But out by like my mom and dad's, you had to dial the 765. You couldn't do the 5.
Well, but you knew it was 765, though.
Well, sure. But it was like
You're just
there were
remembering people's 4.
so many numbers you had to remember, man.
Yeah. When did it ever get to the point you watch the old movies? They're like Klondike 715 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, where did that what is that shit? I never knew what that was. We're all numbers, and you see these old movies, and it's always like a word or a name, and then
it was exchange. So the exchanges were like Belvedere 457. You know, it was just B. But they said Belvedere because it was just B, but they So that was the exchange name, but it was just B. Basically.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, you think about it. Think about there was always the bike rack was always full at the Dairy Queen. You'd ride by Sonny's. You go to Sonny's and get yourself a sub or something. Go to Tim's Handy Store. Get your penny fish, you know, or your bottle of
the Dairy Queen before they built the brick out. Before that, it was just glass in the front with a few seats.
That's right. You would walk in the door, and one side you walk in, and they'd slide the window open, and you'd order, and then you go out the side.
Yeah.
Or the other. That was
what I miss is the diving boards at the Edison. That was
oh my goodness.
Yeah, Mike Miller, man. Mike Miller. Remember, he always monitored that. You'd have
he was a lifeguard.
You had what was his determination that you could swim at the boards? You had to swim upstream and then back to the ladder, or how was that? I couldn't remember.
You had to dive off the board, swim to the ladder.
Yeah.
You had to be able to
I used to lifeguard with Mike.
Yeah. Man, do you remember all the people who do their, you know, diving off the high dive, and then we'd play guard the ladder?
Guard the ladder,
Yeah, guard the ladder.
Guard the ladder, man, because we do that a lot. That was a lot of fun.
You go to the Mambo.
Yeah, the tree off of Woodward.
Off Woodward, sun yourself out at Baker's. If someone had a boat, we go over behind Wapu Island, go to the bridge, climb up and bridge and jump off.
There was always a few attractions at Baker's. That's why we always hung out there, because they like the themselves a little bit. I won't say any names, but there was a few young ladies that hung out there that we always liked to be down there.
Oh, yeah.
Remember jumping off the block house, Rob? Remember that block house that had that right next to Baker's? It was a block house.
Yeah. It was the pump. It was the pump house. They had a pump right there, and
they had a pump house on the corner of the property, and then there was a block, like old boathouse. We used to run and jump off that.
Oh yeah. That's where we would sun. That was the cement top. But then you'd run and jump. You had to get some.
You would lay out in the sun, Rob.
For my case, I was a young man. I had to stay in the water when they were laying out.
I could.
I'll take the 0.
I could walk to that because our house was.
Spit it out, fucker.
Yeah, spit it out.
Yeah. Our house is right behind that old Edison station that that guy redid. So I had just walked through his yard right to Baker's. We're right there. Layout.
What year did that guy remember the house, just as you come by the Heather house there to the left, his garage opened up to the back of the water too, and he hit his Corvette went in the water there. Do you remember that?
That's the house just north of the Barton Club. Yeah.
That's the guy that he pulled in there with his Corvette at one time. He had the doors open, I guess, and it was right in the water. They ended up, it was a white Corvette. They ended up pulling that up years ago at the beach or something like that. They got it out of the water. They recovered it years ago.
Really?
Later. Yeah. I don't know the story with that, but that was the guy, the house that owned that house, the garage door that faces the water. He had them both open, and the car went. Imagine that.
Was his wife driving it?
No, probably. She probably forgot to put it on the parking brake.
Yeah.
Did you imagine that old Corvette right in the water there? They got, you know how many friggin' snags were on that thing, and how many people lost sinkers and stuff on that when it came up? It was amazing.
Not as much as he lost, Tim.
Man,
true,
amazing. There's many great times. How many times, Brock, do you think you jumped in at Baker's and
Well,
floated down, swam all the way down to the boards and got up out of the water.
Man, we swam to Canada.
Yeah.
We used to swim to Canada.
You do that
Go
now, you
over there
get,
and get ketchup potato chips.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
potato chips.
Yeah.
At that corner store in Sombra there.
Sombra.
Yep.
Yeah,
They had the English toffee too that we didn't have in the US.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Then
take
we
the
take the
ferry.
ferry back.
What was the ferry? A quarter
Quarter.
walk? 50 cents to walk?
No, it was quarter.
Quarter when we were young.
Yeah.
Well, it was quarter each way, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't do
Bizarre that my brother and I used to go to that store, just hop on the ferry, and you're in another fucking country, you know. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool. But I don't know about you guys, but I didn't do much swimming at the beach because I think it was more of a pride thing, wasn't it? I mean, we all wanted to hang out at the boards.
At the beach.
You know, we always wanted to hang out at the boards, and Mike Miller would play volleyball. You know, had volleyball going on and all that, and everybody was cruising. Man, it was busy.
You went there as a kid to the beach. You didn't want to go there as a teenager.
No.
There's no way you go to the beach then.
But nothing beat football practice. Brock 2-a-days, then run up to the river and go jump in. Oh my God.
I hated mornings though.
Oh,
Laying on your back and in the dew. That was, to this day, I can't stand my feet touching dew because of fucking football.
well, how about the smell of your helmet, the smell of your pads, your arm pads, your everything just stunk, and you would 2-a-days, and then you get out of there, you know, you run uptown, you jump in the river, and it would be so cold you'd almost pass out. It was just like chill. It was, you know, unbelievable. Them kids don't do that as much anymore. They don't run up there and jump in the board.
And honestly, we have stories that people just probably won't believe because I remember being like, 17, somebody buy a case of beer, and it was a little warm. We run down the beach, and the river, it was like, say, early, March. It was a nice day, right? So there's all this ice from the river that jammed into the beach.
Yep.
And we go down there, we stick all the ice into the river and
Yeah.
just sit there, and one by one walk up there, grab another beer, because they're covered by snow. Nobody knows they're there.
Oh yeah.
Just grab one beer, open it up, drink it.
Well, I can honestly tell you, like, where the Guy Center is in Marine City, right? The Guy Center right downtown. They always had those flower boxes that ran between, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they had the big bushes, so we just set our cooler on the other side and stand there and drink beer. There was no cameras, no nothing back then, and everyone always had their eyes. Well, here come the boys. They drive by, everybody, hey, we don't got nothing in our hand. They never bothered us because we weren't idiots.
And back in the day, when you did get pulled over,
Dump them out.
just pour it out.
Yeah.
Or they take them.
Just pour it out.
Or they take them. Or Bob Kleeman would say to me, "What would your mother do to you right now?" I go, "Well, she'd be pretty pissed at me."
But she'd say, finish that beer.
Yeah.
You take it, you bought it, you drink it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously though, you guys remember the downtown? It just was so packed. It was awesome.
It's still packed, but for different reasons now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different attractions in that now. You drive down, but you know, they've done a great job of recovering with some of the stuff with the restaurants and the shows and stuff. So, you know, it's pretty awesome down there. So
You could park at one end of the street now and go to Newport, have a beer, watch somebody play guitar, it's called the River Place now. They're open during the summertime. There's the Two Rivers, there's guitars, there's
Gars all the time too.
Gars has got somebody out back now, right? They got somebody playing out back, and they're cooking on the grill now, so you just can go in there and get some things. So I like that.
On the weekends, I think,
yeah.
That River Place finally opened up.
Yeah.
Man, they worked on that thing for 3 years, maybe more.
More than that.
More than that.
I mean, the whole time I lived there, for the 3 years I lived there, he was working on it.
Oh, it's probably a 10-year process, would be my guess.
So what is it like in there, Brock?
It's a long, narrow venue, and he's got a bar to the right, and then basically the main attraction is the stage, right? So it's not, it's built for bands, which is really
Oh
cool.
shit! There you go. Finally, a venue in Marine City for live music. A true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a lot of live
Fred,
music now.
Mike and Fred, you and Fred just stopped doing the band.
Yeah, there was hope.
Oh, maybe that's
Little hope.
maybe that's why Fred decided not to do the show. He wants to focus on the music. He's gonna start a new band.
Think about what used to be there. Remember Anita's?
Yeah.
Remember how crooked the floor was all the time? You walk in that back door, and everyone always got her nachos, right?
Yeah. They were good.
Oh,
They
they
were
were so
good then. They
Coming
suck.
back.
Now they're hit or miss.
No,
Yeah,
they're
no.
miss. They're
Man,
miss.
remember that big package she used to give you? She would stuff it in there and barely get it closed, man. It was to go. It
The
was so
best
good.
part is they had the ground up jalapenos, man.
Yes. Yes. Makes me hungry.
Let's face it, she built that business on the nachos.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no question.
She needed to get people away from the burger at Gar's, and that was her deal.
Well, I think it took a transition, because, then she started sponsoring modified teams, doing some things to get the men's team in there, and everyone started showing up in there. I mean, granted, everybody knew Anita. It was either a good day or a bad day when you saw her. You know what I'm saying? There was no healthy medium. And you go in there. Remember those piece of shit pictures you used to get in there? They were like very odd colored. You'd wonder if
you couldn't see through them.
Yeah.
See through them.
You didn't know if they were clean or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those some good days.
Those were good days.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
the good days when we
Not
survived.
a good salmonella.
E. coli.
Yeah.
You definitely boosted your immune system when you're in that job.
Yeah, we were exposed to it all the time, so it wasn't no major catastrophe.
There was probably a pandemic on every doorknob in that place.
Yeah, see, Tim, he just wipes his ass and then scratches his eye and he's all fucked up.
Yeah, no shit. I'm gonna have to wear rubber gloves.
Yeah,
Don't get a bidet.
Bad. It was bad.
Good times.
But that's the thing. Well, hopefully the Idiot Show can recover.
Oh, we'll recover. I think this is a good first step. Show number 60.
60.
So, or was it show number 1? You be the judge. I don't know.
Well, what did you say, Rob? It's 60
AF.
AF.
It's 60 AF.
60 AF. 60 as fuck. I mean,
Man, this is 60 AF.
60 AF.
Steady.
So Brock, you're gonna have to bring more to the table.
Yeah.
No, Brock did a good job today. He brought all the top.
We're gonna have to have some more topics. We're gonna have to start drumming them up.
Well, I only had like a couple hours today. If I get a whole week, I'm gonna wow you.
We like being wowed.
You might bring a tear to our eye.
This was Brock on the spot type of material. This wasn't like a full week's worth. Yeah.
That's a good title, Brock on the spot.
Brock on the spot. Brock on the spot.
Johnny on the spot. I mean Brock on the spot.
I mean Brock on the spot.
Let's face it, nobody can replace Fred.
Oh yeah, well no.
Nobody can replace.
No.
Yeah, nobody can. So
nobody wants to.
No.
Wait, I mean everybody wants to. No. All right, guys.
Who's gonna do the Fred part? Like us on this, touch that, pull this, take your what I mean, do all that.
That's you.
I mean, I don't even know.
Nobody's gonna do it. Are you gonna Quagmire? Are you gonna do it?
Hey, we keep going down in listeners, so let's just face it. Stop watching. Don't touch anything. Don't hit a button. I mean, what the hell? What the fuck do we care? I mean, what the?
We don't. I don't. I mean, subscribe or not.
Or not. I mean,
Watch the episode or not.
We're gonna have fun either way.
either way.
But check out Rob's Grinder page or not. Whatever you want to do, man. It's a no pressure.
You're an ass.
We can't put pressure on our viewer, you know.
No.
Yeah, why put pressure on the viewer?
And honestly, I thought it was awesome that I could come on here, and it was nice just talking to you guys because I know nobody's gonna watch it. So it's
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Isn't that the greatest part? You could talk shit about people because nobody watches it.
Yeah. We'll have people come on and they'll say fuck, and they'll go, well,
We just
nobody's
have to-
gonna watch this. Don't
just
worry about it.
Just have to beat 18. We just have to beat 18 views, and it's a success.
And it's a success. You know, I was always a little, you know, Fred would bring a lot of good guests, right? Had a lot of guests come on. Jeff Bohm and all the secret guys in the bands. And I'm like, I always felt bad. Like, what was he telling them? We have this progressive hot topic show. And I'm like, Fred, you tell them that nobody watches this shit? I mean, like, you know, don't play this up because they're not going to get any value from this.
yeah, it was Joe Rogan, Idiot Circle.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. Yeah, there's, you know, between the Idiot Circle and Joe Rogan, we got 5 million watchers.
Yeah.
3, and he's got the rest.
No, we're just above Joe Rogan's show.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. Yeah.
There you go.
He's got 17 subscribers. I think we have 19.
Well, it'll be interesting to know what next week will bring us.
It will be interesting. We'll see. Hey, next week is another week, man. We take it one day at a time, Timmy. One day at a time. One show at a time.
That's right.
We're
got
still
a bottle for the fallen. Fred, this one's for you.
Yeah. We're still trying to take over the Algonac market. We still haven't taken over the Marine City market. We're all fucking from Marine City. So I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do.
I think you should just go right to Fairhaven. Fuck it,
Yeah. Actually, right now, I think instead of Algonac, let's just focus on a smaller market. Let's just try Adair.
Adair.
Yeah. let's take Adair and then break out. I mean, maybe that'll be better.
All right.
We'll cover the Sucker Fest.
Sucker Fest. Well,
That sounds
I think what we should do is the 3 of us, Rob's in Florida, 3 of us should go to the Adair bar and get some fish and do a video for Rob from the Adair bar.
I'm
Just
in.
to rub it in. Just
That'll
to
be
rub
so
it
much-
in.
So much fun. Let's do it.
Guys, it's been real.
All right, boys.
All right, guys, have a good week. Nice chatting with you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for filling in, Brock. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate the fans. I can hear the overwhelming checks and views because Brock was on. They want to watch.
Yeah. He's the star. He's the star power, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
For
Yeah.
sure.
All right, boys.
My wife
All right,
won't
guys.
even watch it.
You married a smart lady. Right? Yeah.
You tell Julie on your years, you outkicked your coverage. Just remember.
Definitely.
All right,
All right,
boys.
guys. Peace
Cheers.
out.